Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
It's hard out there for a mage, is what I'm saying.
A hard knock life for a mage.
Welcome to Attack of the Show, everybody. TV's only social stuff you care about. My name's Kevin Pereira. And check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Morgan Webb's here.
Hence the Warcraft out. Coming to you from the GeForce Studios in Los Angeles.
I want to go play. On the show today, True Grit star Barry Pepper will sit down to confess his love for the game Frogger and tell us how Angry Birds cost him an eyebrow. And then it's DV Blues Day.
Wow.
Thing that I just did right there.
That was nice. I like that.
Thank you. Classically trained. Chris Gord will be in to give us his picks for the must-have Blu-rays of the year.
All right!
I'm telling you, The Sorcerer's Apprentice had better be on that list, or there's going to be hell to pay. Underrated.
Plus, I went to Tokyo to check out the super futuristic musical toilet.
What?
Japanese don't mind it when everyone hears noises coming from the bathroom. And later, Candace Bailey's Vision Quest takes her to Skywalker Ranch. Half billion nerds around the world force choke on their own envy.
I met a dude in Japan that could fart the Mario thing.
Hey, WTF?
It's ATN.
Apparently, I didn't get to meet that
When you
guy.
said musical toilets Japan, I'm like, what? They would fart the Mario thing.
Nick, why would you introduce me next time? Sounds like a great guy.
Dun, 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 dun.
The internet is loaded with bizarre clips that have the ability to lull any viewer into a state of quiet awe.
Yeah. Here on Attack, we'll take any kind of awe we can get, to be honest. So today's ATN is dedicated to WTF. Now, in at number 5, it's a look at what happens when you throw a brick on the delicate cycle.
Huh.
No, that guy was an idiot. Hey, dumbass. Bricks go in with the whites.
We all know they need to be pre-treated. Next time, read the label.
Not hard.
All right, at number 4, video titled Cows and Cows and Cows is another intriguing endeavor from the mind-humping British animator Syriac.
Yeah, it's an eye-opening illustration into what happens when cows start eating the mushrooms that grow out of their own crap.
Spider part.
I know you do. The weirdest thing about cow spiders is that they spin webs of string cheese.
That's also the worst part.
Hey, today's number 3 is Italy's 7 gold soccer commentator, Tiziano Crudeli. And he loves 3 things: his wife, his Wilford Brimley mustache,
What's not to love?
and Italian football.
Guess which one is his favorite?
Mustache?
Lo Milan, manco lo Milan! Gol! 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 Dai!
È stata ancora una deviazione. Una deviazione.
The other poor guy's like,
Yeah.
it was a, okay. I'm just gonna let you do. I mean, the South Africans have vuvuzelas, the Italians they have that guy.
Yeah. And soccer takes yet another step backward.
All right, if you ask any advertiser,
Oh, and I will.
I know you will.
What? What if we ask him what?
The two most effective ways to sell any product on TV are, one, with...
Sex?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And two...
Animals.
Animals.
Okay, got it. Yeah. The French, however, sensing that they were onto something, decided to combine the two, and no one will ever look at fizzy orange soda the same way again.
Après chaque rasage, le bon réflexe Orangina. Pour rafraîchir la peau et adoucir son cuir. Orangina naturellement.
That was weird. The man cougar didn't have any nipples, and it totally took me right out of it. You know what I mean? Outed. Still ahead, these guys love cats, and they're not afraid to write.
Apparently, so do you.
Yeah. A lot. Huge fan of the... Yeah, we get it. They're not afraid to write a 35-minute song about said love of cats.
This is everyone around it up when you come back. Update.
Yeah, we don't have time to broadcast the whole song, 100 Ways to Love a Cat, but trust us, it is a tuneful and unbelievably long song that you don't need to be allergic to cats to dislike.
There are 100 ways to love a cat, 100 loving ways. Way 11. Whisper, I love you, 100 loving ways. There are 100 ways to love a cat. Way 30. Hold them like a baby. 100 loving ways. There are 100 ways to love a cat. Way 79. If they hate fans, turn the fan off. 100 loving ways.
It's just me here. I'm not speaking for anyone else. Personally, did not realize there were that many ways to love a cat.
Yeah, I didn't realize that half an hour could last forever. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
The Consumer Electronics Show is just days away, and recently I went to the Yodobashi Emporium in Tokyo to check out all of the highly advanced Japanese technology, including, among other things, a golden bathtub.
I'm partial to the shower variety, but...
TVs, cell phones, and computers aren't the only Japanese devices we wish we had in the U.S. They put some impressive efforts into their home appliances as well. This bad boy right here is a washer and a dryer in one. It also has nanotechnology, which is going to be an antibacterial function, as well as it's going to allow you dry cleaning. So this $2,000 unit does everything. Now, the Japanese live in very small apartments, so you've got to have small appliances that are super efficient, like these. If you don't have enough space in your tiny Japanese apartment for a full dishwasher, then you can just get one of these drying racks that'll blow air in 3 directions, and you can also use it to store your dishes when you're not using them. See, all this advanced technology doesn't just make life easier, it also makes it much more comfortable. You'll be here for a while. Japan's technological advances aren't just in your face. Even the toilets go the extra mile to turn life's necessities into luxuries. This beauty right here is made to order, hand-painted. It's not going to talk to you or do your dishes or take you out to dinner, but it is going to be a piece of art in your bathroom. This is the saddest. Now, of course, as you just saw, it has automatic opening and closing for convenience sake. It also has a night light in there, which is cool for the aiming. It's also tankless, which is nice, so the water is just going to feed into it automatically. And it has a little sensor here, and that's how he tells exactly when you're coming and when you're leaving. Open! Yay! This right here is the Asteo. Now, what's special about this guy right here is that he has a heated seat and he likes to sing to you. Now, for the ultimate and eco-friendly, I can wash my hands here and the water's gonna run down into the tank for flushing functions later. That's thinking. This here is the most beautiful bathtub that you have ever seen. You wanna know why? Because these tiles right here are made out of 24 karat white gold. Yeah, it's kind of $96,000. So Japan, I love your food, I love your technology, I love your anime, but I think I love your bathrooms the most. Okay. What kind of gadgets does the future hold? A smartphone that prevents you from drunk dialing your ex. A PSP that doubles as an insulin cup. A robot that plays MP3s and makes out with you. You won't know until you watch AOTS live from CES 2011 for 2 hours Thursday at 7 p.m. For more info, go to g4tv.com/CES 2011. Until then, try to remain zen.
Still ahead, it's DV Blues Day. Film buff Chris Gore will be here to review the year's must-have Blu-ray discs. Stick around.
What happens next?
Oh, look, it's an idiot with an axe. What could possibly go wrong? Does the axe get stuck? Does the tree fall on him? Or does he whiff and lose his grip on the axe? Find out when we return. Oh, look, it's an idiot with an axe. What could possibly go wrong? Does the axe get stuck? Does the tree fall on him? Or does he whiff and lose his grip on the axe? Maybe it's a good thing we didn't see what happened off camera.
If you got a Blu-ray player for Christmas and are looking to set up your collection, we are going to tell you which Blu-rays to buy and which ones to shove someplace dark. All right, welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you, folks. Thank you.
All right, what's up first?
What we have first is the Avatar Extended Blu-ray Collector's Edition.
Okay.
What?
How many versions of Avatar have there been? If I bought it on DVD, is there a reason to get it on Blu-ray?
Well, yeah. Well, first of all,
it's not going to be in 3D.
It was released previously. You know, just the theatrical version. This has all 3 versions on it. But Blu-ray, first of all. You have not seen this movie at home until you've seen it on Blu-ray. The sound in this thing is amazing. And look, you know, for the haters there that didn't love this movie, I just watched the action scenes over and over again. I mean, they're incredible. And the other thing that to think about with Blu-ray is, sure, you've got the special features that come with the disc, but with things like BD Live, you can enjoy special features that haven't even been released yet. They're from the future.
So how does that happen?
On BD Live,
Yeah.
they'll do things like, for example, on the Dark Knight Blu-ray, they did a chat with Christopher Nolan in which he talked a lot about the making of the film. So BD Live allows other special features to be released either for download or chats with the filmmakers themselves.
But if you buy this, aren't they just going to make you a special extended, collector's edition that they want you to buy next spring?
Possibly.
Okay.
But do what I always do. I like to trade up. I trade up and I'll sell it and get used and there you go. That's the way to do it.
Fair enough. All right, what's our next Blu-ray?
The next Blu-ray is, and of course, it's one of the greatest anti-war movies ever made. The greatest pro-war movie is Star Wars. The greatest anti-war movie is Apocalypse Now.
So this is one of the all-time great war movies. What do you think really stands out for you other than, instead of other war films?
Well, this one, first of all, this thing almost killed Francis Ford Coppola in terms of getting the movie made. And it's one of those that stands the test of time because it's not just some pat answer. Oh, war is bad. Well, it's not just bad. You should watch out for tigers. Don't do drugs. Try not to get killed during. Anyways, it's just one of those that holds up in such a great way, and especially like Colonel Kilgore. I mean, that scene with the helicopters when they're trying to surf. Amazing. I mean, today is one of the all-time great war scenes.
And there's a lot of bonus material in this.
A lot of bonus material. In fact, not only do you get, of course, the original theatrical release of Apocalypse Now, you additionally get the nearly 5-hour version of the film and the documentary Hearts of Darkness, which was created using footage that was shot by Francis Ford Coppola's wife during making the movie. And if you are curious how they made so many great films in the 70s, this documentary really exposes the kind of freedom that filmmakers had back then.
All right, what else do we have to check out?
We also have, Anchorman, the Rich Mahogany Edition.
Oh. Okay, very funny movie, but what makes Anchorman a must-have on Blu-ray? It's not exactly about action.
It's what I like to call rewatchability. I mean, it's a movie that you can watch. It's one of those that, like, look, people loved Anchorman when it first came out. It's like, oh, that was pretty funny. But then maybe they caught it on cable or they saw it again, and it's a movie that gets funnier and funnier and funnier the more you watch it. And for me, that's worth owning, and especially Blu-ray. There's so much good stuff on this.
So what else do you get?
Well, you actually get like a whole.
What makes it Rich Mahogany?
Well, there's like a whole second movie on there. It's Wake Up Ron Burgundy, which is they used with other footage that they had. There was a whole other subplot about these sort of activist bank robbers headed up by Kevin Corrigan, and they edited a completely separate version of the movie.
So you get two movies.
Two movies for one.
For the price of one.
And tons of, so many behind the scenes and so many like alt takes and deleted scenes and gag reels. It's if you like to laugh. If you like your funny bone tickled,
I like to laugh.
Yes, then this is one that you could spend the entire weekend with this disc, and maybe with someone to watch it with.
All right, we've got time for a quick pick.
We do have time for. Oh, that's great. That's great. Book of Eli. Notice that all the films started with the letter A because any collector worth his salt alphabetizes their DVDs.
All right.
So now we're on to the letter B, the Book of Eli, which has just great action sequences.
So good
it's
for
a
the
great
Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch it in 5.1.
Thank you so much, Chris. For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. Now let's go over to Kevin, who's probably about to change the world with what he has to say. Let's watch.
Right you are, Morgan. You see, a lemur is not just an adorable raccoon-monkey hybrid native to Madagascar. No. It's also a pretty badass multi-touch MIDI controller. The legendary DJ Mike Realm stopped by to show me how to use it, and now you get to watch, you lucky jerk. With Apple's debut of the iPad, large touchscreens with simple interfaces are promising to become a part of our everyday lives. As usual, though, musicians are way ahead of the curve. Meet the Lemur, the only multi-touch MIDI controller that can be programmed to play music, video, trigger samples, act as a synthesizer, and even control a light show. Its 12-inch touchscreen has an unlimited number of touch points, so every finger can perform an independent task. And with the included Jazz Editor software, you can make any number of customized interfaces. So the Lemur is ready for any performance at the press of a button. It's even got its own processor and embedded graphics, which means your computer won't get bogged down with the heavy lifting. About the size of a laptop, the Lemur will go anywhere and everywhere. But the real question is, how can you make it do all these things with amazing results? And the answer lies in musical playtime. All right, joining me today to show us exactly how to use the Lemur, the one, the only, DJ Mike Realm!
Thank you. Hey, how you doing there?
You're playing to the box seats today?
Yeah.
There's six dudes in here.
Up there.
I love it. Yeah, thanks, Lighting Grid. Appreciate the applause. All right, first of all, it's an honor to have you here. I've followed your work for many, many years, from YouTube Live to the Blue Man Group. Like, you're a legend already. In case you didn't know it, by the way. We're huge fans here. And I also love the Lemur, and I've never really seen it put through its paces. The Lemur is a powerful sort of controller with this huge multi-touch screen, right? And the power is derived from the ability to make your own interface and kind of have it function however you want.
Yeah, that was the appeal to me, because I was going through all these different MIDI controllers with like keys and pads and knobs. It's like nothing really served my purpose. I would have to like label things because, you know, I'm in the dark. Like I can't, you know. It just
and you're
wasn't
locked into whatever that developer wanted.
Exactly. It's like, what? That guy wasn't thinking about me when he made it.
Right. Jerk. Clearly. Doesn't he know who you are?
That's what
you
I'm
gotta
saying.
throw some elbows on those engineers.
Emailing them, like, come on.
So now we got the lemur. How easy is it to make like the interface that you have here?
It's pretty simple. You just kind of drag the objects from the sidebar there onto the interface.
And what can I do with a function like this?
You can assign effects to it, so it's like a or something.
Why do you even need the lemur?
It's just another thing I can do.
You should just. You don't need any hardware. Get this man a microphone, and he'll do the rocket noise set. So you have samples loaded here. You've got kicks and blips and claps. Okay. I love the air. That's a sweet ass air horn, but it says reggae. That's an issue for me.
It does. Is it?
A huge issue, because I mean, laser makes sense. Gun? Yeah, got it. Sounds like a pistol.
I mean, I could change that for you easily.
It's a sweet ass air horn. Let's call it like it is, Mike.
So let's see here.
So in real time, you're now in the jazz editor, relabeling it,
and it's a
bam,
sweet ass air horn.
now that makes sense to me. That makes sense.
It's custom.
Now you know what you're getting. Let's clap for that. All right, so that is our interface here. This is just acting sort of like a MIDI controller. Even though it's not spitting out MIDI, it's just sending data to a piece of software.
Yeah.
How are you actually making the sounds and the visuals come alive? What software are you using for that?
That's Serato Scratch Live. All the video is controlled by it as well as the audio. So to me, it's like I don't got to think about it. I have it set up, and I just go to town and do my show.
Can we blow up the video and see what clips you're mixing here?
Yes.
This is the classic. This is Charlie Bit My Finger. And these are hot points that you have also assigned to this video, right?
Yes.
So I can, or hot cues. So can you just touch it and it would play a different portion of that?
Absolutely. Like I can scratch it or kind of cue it up like that.
Your neighbors must love you when you're just setting those hot cues and going out.
All day.
That's the loop of a kid getting his finger bit. Shut up. Bang,
They're
bang.
calling the cops, and then they got the gun sound.
Oh, no riots.
It's all bad.
No riots. I think we need to set this place on fire. We've seen how the lemur works. We've seen how you can add all the balls you want. We've connected it to Serato to mix some video. Could you please set this place ablaze?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Mike Realma. Some sweet ass air horn. I didn't mean to bust a cap in your set, but cool. Oh, Mike Realm, ladies and gentlemen! That was it. I was texting Mike.
Oh, all right.
I tell him, hey,
Yeah.
those are some good memories. Me and DJ Mike Realm. Soft skin. We really resucked the heezy that day, if you know what I mean.
I actually almost never know what you mean.
You know, we set like the Rizoof on Fizire, you know what I mean? Got our Frizik to the Izon. So it's the way the kids...
Nothing. I got nothing. You guys?
We kablutioed the studio, yo.
Are you saying that you had a nice time with your new friend? I get it.
Yeah, I guess that's close enough, Mom.
Ew.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, X-Play returns with all new episodes. Saturday night will be counting down the Grammys games of 2010 for the Golden Mullet Award.
That's right, my money's on Luigi's Meth
Yeah.
Find out which game will be crowned the worst of the year next Tuesday night at 6:30. Go to g4tv.com/xplay for more details.
All right, stay tuned. True Grit star Barry Pepper talks about the revengiest Christmas movie of the season.
Here's something that you might not know, and I think it's super, super interesting. A little while ago, Barry Pepper came by this very studio. You did.
Who's that?
Barry Pepper from the Green Mile. He's starring in the new Coen Brothers remake of True Grit. So there's that. Came right here.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Well, he voiced Corporal Dunn in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh my god, I love that guy. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty sweet.
I like him.
What was your favorite line from the game?
1, 2, 7, 3, 5. Never mind.
Folks, if you're a famous lobbyist, you're probably doing it wrong, actually. The story of Jack Abramoff's rise and fall is told in the new movie. Please welcome Barry Pepper to the show, everybody! How are you, sir? Let's, I didn't know we had a hand sign.
Yeah.
Like that is the least well-known gang symbol in the world.
Attack in the show.
Yeah. Was that the Pac-Man eating the pellets?
Yeah,
or was
that's my generation.
I like
man.
that. No, I appreciate it. Do you rock Pac-Man still? Are you playing it on the iPhone?
I was
or?
a Frogger fanatic when I was a kid.
But now,
I'm 40, man. I was the 70s child.
I want to talk scandal and incredibly depressing subjects if we can.
Yes, sounds good. All right.
You in the new film Casino Jack, you play Jack Abramoff's sort of right-hand man?
Yeah, sort of his protege. They call him his evil elf.
For those who don't really recall the story or know the depth of it, what was this scandal really about?
Well, I think most people sort of remember that image of Jack Abramoff walking down the courtroom steps in his Borsalino hat because he was an Orthodox Jew. You know, people saw him sort of as a gangster. In the headlines I remember were like Godfather this and Mobster that.
Right.
That's really all that I remember of it, and then until I was offered the picture, and then I started reading about it and realized that what a super lobbyist actually is, and it really is what has eroded our democracy.
What did your character do?
Well, it was such a bordello of greed there in 1994 when the GOP took control of the House that they just sort of bred these guys to become. I mean, Abramoff was a hero to the right until this scandal broke, and then nobody knew him.
I don't know him at all. He's not on my Facebook. Delete.
That's right. You know, but that's their job, and that continues to be a huge, huge job in Washington. That's really what runs the levers of power in our democracy, unfortunately. In fact, in this last election, you saw like record numbers of millions of dollars raised for campaign, fundraising, and you don't have $100 million to run a campaign.
I barely have 100,000 followers on Twitter. That's right. So my opinion clearly doesn't matter. But let me ask you this, because people might hear this story and hopefully see the film, and it's a reality. This is serious stuff that affects everybody's lives every day. Do you think they'll just come away a little more educated, or do you think they'll sit back and go, oh, that was a crazy soap opera, Jersey Shore?
Well, I think, that's why I attached myself to a project like this, because it's sort of similar to my ideology, and I think that's the greatest form of democracy, is your dissension and your willingness to stand up and say, no, this is not right, and hold your elected officials' feet to the fire and say, we want real hope and change. We don't want rhetorical, empty campaign slogans.
But if we hold their feet to that proverbial fire, won't they just put out the flames with their billions of dollars and the tears of the innocents?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, hopefully it starts here. Hopefully you can at least have a voice. Get out and vote, for sure.
And get out and watch True Grit while you're at it as well. Yeah. Let's talk about True. I mean, not to be a cat driving a bus and take it there. That was True Grit. I mean,
that was an incredible experience. I always had wanted to do a Western, and then the Coen brothers give me this role, Lucky Ned Pepper.
Were you attached before the name was created for the character? Or?
No. Actually, Robert Duvall played the character originally in the original True Grit.
Did you Netflix it before you showed up for day one of shooting, at least?
No, I had to fight for that role. I created a character and sent in a tape.
The character that you created, is it more book, original film? Is it just your own interpretation of the material?
It's my interpretation based on the book, because like I say, I'd never seen the original film, and I didn't know what Duvall had done, but then when I saw the film and found out that he had played, I was a little bit nervous.
Do you get to go stampeding through town on a horse? Do you get to shoot a piano player? Do you get to go to a brothel? I mean, like, how crazy does it get?
I play this bandit chief that runs this gang of bank robbers in the high mountains in the Indian Nation that Jeff Bridges' character, Rooster Cogburn, is after. And he's actually after one of the bad dudes in my company that shot this little girl's father. And so she's hired Rooster Cogburn to come after us and capture this man, Tom Chaney, played by Josh Brolin. Yeah, so I have a big shootout in the end. It's great fun. It was a blast.
You were also the voice in a game that I spent many, many hours on, Prototype.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I truly loved the game. But you stopped at Frogger. Did you get a chance to check out the game and play yourselves?
I've never seen it. I don't have any game state. My brother, actually, he's a programmer. He designs games and for Xbox and PlayStation.
So you haven't seen him in years, then?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. When I got problems, computer problems, I can never get him on the phone.
You're still trying to reach out to him for tech support?
Yeah, because that's all he does all day long, so he doesn't want to hear from me.
What are your computer woes these days? Is it?
Well, I'm kind of a Mac nut. I love Mac. I was given an iPad recently, which I haven't seen because my 10-year-old daughter has Angry Birds.
Oh, you'll never get it back. Yeah.
So,
you'll never get it back. Your 10-year-old daughter and everybody else on our staff is.
Greg Kinnear got me hooked on that silly game.
Yeah.
I was working with him recently, and every morning he'd be playing this thing, and I said, "Oh, my daughter would love that. I'm gonna put that on my iPad," and then I never saw it again.
But are you a 3-star guy?
And I can barely figure out the slingshot. I'm hopeless. But my daughter, she'd never seen an iPad in her life, and all of a sudden, she knew that it was all touchscreen and how to get to. She was showing me things.
How spoiled are kids going to be in 15 years when they're already starting off with multi-touch and?
Every little kid's got a cell phone these days and stuff like that. And I think the technology is wonderful, but I kind of want her to be a little girl for as long as I can keep her. And
Barry, eventually, she's going to have to strike out on her own. She's going to change her ringtone. Just accept it when it happens, support her through it, and then I think you'll be all right with it.
All right, cool.
Barry, thank you so much for coming on the show. Real pleasure to chat with you. I appreciate it. You guys, thanks to Barry Pepper. Again, Casino Jack is in theaters right now, so go watch it. Cool. Many thanks to Barry for being here. True Grit is in theaters now. Speaking of revenge, did you know that when you strike down a nerd, he turns into a blue ghost and haunts the oh-so-moneyed halls of George Lucas's Skywalker Ranch? Did you know that? I bet he's got Monets in those halls.
Candace Bailey continues her vision quest in paradise, the HQ for all things Star Wars.
My vision quest is coming to an end, but that's okay because it brought me here to Skywalker Ranch, where I get to do this. Ow! Skywalker Ranch is over 1,000 acres. It has everything from its own inn, to movie theater, research library, and an animation studio. Today I'm getting some Jedi training in Skywalker Sound. Now, what exactly do you do in this booth?
This is our sound design room for the Clone Wars right now. This is our Pro Tools setup. We mix here, we do voice recording in here, we do sound effects recording in here, so it's pretty much an all-purpose room.
Now, do you do any voices yourself?
I do. The sort of big bad guy, General Grievous, is one of the characters I do.
Activate the ray shields and prepare for attack.
Activate the ray shields! Do I sound like it?
Yeah, no,
That's a little scary. Now, Dave, how many sounds are in this?
In the entire Skywalker library, there's tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of effects.
What's that? Just kidding. Tell me how Skywalker Sound factors into LucasArts games.
Right, well, we have a long history with Skywalker Sound. Ben Burton and Matt Wood and that whole crew up there, they've been making great sounds for years and years. They're originating all this great stuff, and then we basically take it and make it work in games. Lego Star Wars 3 is what we're right in the middle of cooking on right now.
What's so awesome about Lego Star Wars is that it's got the nostalgia of Lego, the fun, the building, but then it's got Star Wars, all your favorite characters, and then it just turns it all on its head, just makes it funny and fun.
Oh, no, get me out, get me out, get me out. I'm actually doing a voiceover session today.
Oh, we actually call those grunt sessions.
Grunting?
In Lego, there's no actual dialogue, there's no English, there's no language, but there's a lot of emoting and there's a lot of comedy. In fact, the whole thing kind of started out with sound editing on all of these cutscenes, and eventually we would add a
Would you mind kind of breaking down for me what I'm going to be doing out there?
All right, so this is a scene from Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars, and we're going to have you play Ayla Secura.
Okay.
You ready for this? You ready for the challenge? Let's go. Oh, like, keep that magic for the booth. We're going to do some warm-ups. Ready? You're going to say, Lego Star Wars 3. So go ahead and give something excited. And down. And up. Now do about 100 more of those. I'm going to go get some potato chips. I'll be right back. Super angry. And scene! I think we're ready. All right, Candace. It's the moment we've been waiting for. Ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna play the scene, just be the character, and have a good time. Here it comes.
Ooh.
Want to check this out and see how it
Yeah.
sounds all together and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, ooh, ooh.
Why don't we take a listen to that just in isolation, just really fast?
You know what? I don't know.
No, I think it's good. I think it's, no, it's fine.
Oh.
Thank you, you did a great job.
Thank you. It was
Very
fun.
nice.
I
Yep.
sound interesting.
Amazing.
Interesting.
Amazing. Yeah, future video games.
Ooh.
Do you hate having things like friends and loved ones? Well, then it's time to attack these items designed to assault the senses. Seems like a good prank is rare these days. Maybe we've all moved on to cyberbullying, or maybe we're just out of good ideas. Luckily, the Annoyatron 2.0 can do the dirty work for you. This tiny device has 6 irritating sounds that are sure to whittle away at anyone's sanity. Just choose your sound, set the volume, and hide it somewhere inconspicuous. You can go with a classically annoying beep, or maybe just a persistent cricket. There's even the teen buzz sound, a high-pitched frequency that can usually only be heard by younger ears. Awesome. The Annoyatron 2.0 gives you about 4 weeks of sadistic fun on a single battery. Buy it at thinkgeek.com for just $13. All right, if you have more friends than you can handle, you might want to invest in a pair of neck phones. It's the easy listening of headphones combined with the complete disregard for others' peace and quiet. Unlike the more traditional headphones or earbuds, these lightweight speakers hang around your neck so that you can listen to your tunes while still being able to hear what's going on around you. And of course, there's the added bonus of forcing your musical preferences upon everyone around you. 2 AA batteries give you 15 to 30 hours of mildly obnoxious listening. You can get a pair from Homaker.com for $80. And if you're not satisfied with simply annoying the people around you, then maybe it's time to step up your game and make them sick. Supersonic nausea is a must-have gadget for every sociopath. This high-pressure acoustical generating device advertises a substantial capability to disrupt and disperse gatherings. Even more nauseating than the original sonic nausea, this rare government model uses a unique combination of ultra-high frequency sound waves that cause queasiness to most everyone in the vicinity. Effects may also include headaches, intense irritation, sweating, imbalance, nausea, and even vomiting. It's perfect for breaking up political activists or even those lingering party guests. And it's available on shomertech.com for just 100 bones. Head on over to g4tv.com/AOTS for info on all of these items and more. And as long as your senses are already being assaulted, Death Glam Metal Rockers' Distended Warranty will be screeching their thoughts on the iPad when we come back.
Attack will come again.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Villainous James Frayne will stop by to talk about his roles on Tron Legacy and The Cape. Then Morgan Webb fiddles with a super futuristic portable 3G hotspot in the Yodobashi Emporium in Tokyo. And Candace Bailey continues her vision quest at the real happiest place on Earth, Industrial Light and Magic. See it tomorrow.
When it was first released, the Apple iPad had a number of detractors, but since then, most people seem to have come around.
Not Distended Warranty. The totally legitimate, not at all made up AOTS staffers group. You know what I'm talking about? That's the band?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They'll tell you where to cram that magical device.
Hype, now it's time to gripe. Is that an iPad? Great, I got an ass to wipe.
We waited for years.
I sacrificed the lamb.
Now we shed fanboy tears.
Where's the video cam? Steve said Netflix sucked. It sat on his throne. How creative. Apple pitched soon the standard iPhone. Who needs USB?
This thing's got 3G.
One more thing.
Bend over.
Here comes AT&T.
You know, yo.
Backlit screens aren't good for reading.
You know, yo.
web experience is so misleading.
No, y'all.
Lack of flash has the nerdies pleading. Hope this iPad has wings, my vagina's bleeding. iPad.
You don't need one, you're so sad, but there's fun to be had.
iPad.
Ringtone apps, voice, so much more joy galore in our store.
Lockdown. DRM. They own you. Loosen up that turtleneck, hey Steve Jobs. Multi-touch. On these nuts, don't make me ask to multitask.
At first, when you showed us the iPad, I was interested, and then you turned it around, there wasn't a kickstand on it. How am I supposed to keep that thing on my table? Don't you dare tell me to buy a third-party stand, because you know that's lame.
It's lame, but that won't stop. Soccer moms, they'll want one if they can figure out the pricing iPad.
I think statues are largely ignored,
Yes.
except by winged rats that defecate on them.
But that doesn't mean that this statue in Brecht, Belgium deserved to be treated like this. The 2011 Frommer's Guide to Brecht reads, and I quote, "Brecht has the finest collection of rubble that Europe's seen since the close of World War II. Congrats, Brechtians!" Bow, bow.
Boom.
Boom.
Hey, thanks to Barry Pepper. Thanks to